Hello everyone, what's up? It's Master 100 here, and welcome to the last E3 conference discussion slash reading, and I will also be giving my final thoughts on who, in my opinion, I liked overall at E3. And I'm going to say this right before I get into it. I do apologize, this video has been pushed back too far, and I do apologize. It's because I've been sick for a long while, and I'm still feeling a little bit bad. Like, I still don't feel good, but that's not going to stop me from making this video today. And it has been raining too much here. Like, unless y'all wanted to hear thunder and lightning, like, it's just not a joke when it comes to uh, rain here. But anyway, like I said, I do apologize that this video has been long overdue, but I'm finally getting to the point that I can do it. So the last conference to be talking about is EA, and I've seen a lot of people that they didn't like EA. I can understand where they're coming from. To me personally, I am not a big fan of EA because of the fact that mainly EA does sports games, and I haven't played a sports game in a long time. Like, I take that back because a friend of mine had a birthday not too long ago, and I had to spend the night with him just to like, bro, and I think we were playing early morning FIFA, and I was doing pretty good at it. It was the first time I ever played FIFA. But it's rare for me to play a sports game. Like, I'm gonna be honest, both real life and in video games, it's just rare. Um, but let's get into uh, the conference, and of course, like all the other ones, they didn't really have a whole lot, unlike Microsoft and Sony, and that kind of comes to, and it makes sense because. Well, it makes sense in a way if you understand what I'm talking about. But let's get right into it. Just like 6 items, and the first game that they actually did announce was pretty shocking to me because uh, I'm trying to remember how I described it to when I first saw it. I kind of knew that it was going to happen, and I kind of didn't in a way. And the game I'm talking about is Mass Effect, the new Mass Effect. It's called Mass Effect Andromeda. Because when they first showed it, of course, it had like someone like flicking back and forth pictures, probably different planets, and you didn't really see who it was. But then they panned out and they showed the armor, and like, oh god, it is Mass Effect. And I'm a fan of Mass Effect. I really do like it, even though I didn't play it a whole lot. I love it. And just the fact that they open it with Mass Effect, it's really cool. And even getting a release window, that was something that shocked me because it was its premiere. We've never seen it before, and it dropped a holiday 2016 release window. I'll give them respect. I'll give them respect for that. They've probably been working on it for a good while. Hopefully it's not like alpha or whatever. And I think the games kind of went by after a while after Mass Effect. The next game I put on here was mainly because it does look really good, but I am not a big fan. Like, not like, unlike back in the day where I was kind of a fan of it, but nowadays I just kind of got over it. The next Need for Speed game, and I'm not really good at racing games. I'm gonna be straight honest. Every time I play a racing game, I don't really come on top. I'm bad at racing games. But it is fun to get in a Need for Speed game. And this one looked really good. I'm guessing it's somewhat open world. I'm not really up to speed on what they do with Need for Speed, so it looked really interesting. The graphics did look really, really good. It did. We'll see what happens in the future with Need for Speed. The next one, I thought this was a very cute game. I'm gonna be honest. I really thought that this looked really fun and very cute, and I love the concept of it. It's called Unravel. If you had seen it at the conference, or if you've seen videos on it on YouTube, um, it's where you play a yarn character called Yarny, and pretty obvious because he is yarn. Um, Kind of like you would uh, tie knots into places so you can either leap or jump, so you can get from one place to the other. And I think that the more yarn you use, or as you go on, the yarn will go down and down. You'll get smaller. That's probably what I'm thinking. Um, and I had to say this, that the guy that came out and talked about it, saying that he had gone to different places and had talked he had talked and gone to different places and showed some photos that he took to kind of like put a figure of it to kind of get ideas. Like, that's a pretty good way to get like ideas to going out into the field and doing this sort of stuff. It's really cool, and you can definitely tell when he's talking. He sounds nervous. You can definitely tell that he sounds nervous. Um, and as watching it, I was not like joking at all. Like, I'm sure some people might like say, oh, like it was stupid that he was nervous or whatever. But I can definitely respect him, because he did say it was his first time being up on stage, and I would do the exact same thing. I would be nervous. Like that would just be me. Like, I just felt like I was in that shoe right now. Like, I felt like I was in his shoes in a way. But I gotta show the guy respect. He actually did have the courage to do it and talk a lot. So yeah. Of course, I've talked about this one previously. I think it was in Microsoft, I want to say, or it could have been Sony. Like, it's been a while since I've done the other one. So, and that is the game I'm talking about is Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare 2. In this one, they showed showed the different character types for the zombies. I believe like a mech they showed for one of them, and like some of the other things like Garden Warfare had. It looks really fun to play. It definitely does. Hopefully I can get to play that in the future. This one, I love this one. And that is Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I actually do own Mirror's Edge. It is the 7th game on my game rack right now. Now that I look at it, I did know what Catalyst. I didn't know what this Mirror's Edge was going to be. I didn't know if it was going to be a prequel or a sequel to Mirror's Edge, and then they came out and said that it is a prequel to Fate's origins and who she was in the beginning. To me, I feel like I kind of agree with some people on this subject, that if you put a game out or you put something out with a story, and then you go back and tell like a prequel story, it kind of avoids everything. That if someone dies and if it's like you can't. Let me restart this because it came up wrong. Like, say if you're thinking that they're gonna kill a character off, but they're there in the other title in a game, in a movie or a TV show, you already know in the prequel they're not gonna die because they're already there in the other ones. So I kind of agree with a lot of people that prequels just don't work in a way. I do understand that, but I still like how they're doing a prequel story, because I do feel like that Fate needed one, because I wanted to know a little bit more. But it looks really good. As for gameplay, I don't know. They did say that it was going to be open world. There was no levels anymore. I do like that fact. That's going to be open world. You can do your own way of getting from point A to point B. That's a really cool thing. That does add to the fact that it is a parkour game. And I'm a big fan of parkour anything. So they actually announced a release date. So, and that is February 23 and 23. That sounds weird to me. February 23rd, 2016, next year. So I'm probably pick it up. And the last one is pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. Star Wars Battlefront. And I believe EA, I think they did a solo player mission, not solo player mission, but a co-op player mission. I want to say, because I think Sony had the pre-alpha footage gameplay with the whole Hoth gameplay. If I'm wrong, then you can feel free to correct me. It's been a while since I've seen the EA conference, but I'm going off of memory, so I do want to apologize for that. It does. I still say this, that I feel like that they hopefully do this the right way, and I hope that they don't botch it, because I do love Battlefront. I do have Battlefront 2, and I love Battlefront. I really hope that they do this game justice. If not, I'm going to be very disappointed. But it does release on November 17th. Now, this is the thing that kind of confuses me. I did not hear a year, so I don't know if it's coming out in 2015 or 2016. I think it might be 16, but I don't know. I didn't hear anything about it. So, like I said, if you know something about, like, let me start. If you know what year Star Wars Battlefront is releasing, leave it down in the comments, and I'll see. And that's really all the games. And like I said, EA is mainly sports. Like, they showed I think they showed FIFA, but like Madden and baseball, basketball. Like, I'm just not very big into sports, so like I am into sports. I just don't play it a lot. And then now it's for the rating, and for some reason, I guess I was tired. I don't know why, but I gave it a C minus. I don't remember why I gave it a C minus, and it was. I will say that the games they showed off, it was very average to me. I stand by that factor, but I don't know why I gave it a C minus anymore. I made the list and made the rating a while ago, but I'm gonna stick by what this is. So, all right. So now comes down to who I thought, who did I think won E3 this year. And before I even say it, if you have your own opinion. You don't have to agree with I say, but don't criticize me if I choose one over the other. And it doesn't matter. To me, it does not matter if they showed more games, if they showed more technology. It does not show if they, like, anything like that. It's depending for me if they shocked me or if they dropped big bombs during the conferences. And to me, when it comes to that factor, I have to go with Sony, because with the Last Guardian being the biggest bomb drop that I didn't expect, with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, that was, like, if you saw, like, a reaction video when someone was in the crowd, there's no, like, pause. Like, to me, I did not hear a pause where the crowd just went silent at all, like, for maybe, like, 2 seconds, and then the crowd, like, uproared. So, for me, I'm gonna have to go with Sony. Now, I'm not saying any other conference was bad. I'm saying that some of them were disappointing. Some of them were strong, like Microsoft. I do think that Microsoft was very strong this year, unlike last year. But yeah, I really like Sony's conference overall. And that's pretty much it. I'm pretty much done with the E3 conferences. So if you want to post your opinion on who won E3 this year, you can leave it down in the comments below. Do you think Sony won? Do you think Microsoft won? Nintendo, EA, Bethesda, Ubisoft? Whatever your option may be, I do respect everyone's opinion, as long as you don't bash me because of what I chose. If you respect my opinion, I'll respect yours. That's how it works. So that's it. That's all the conferences, and that's all the ratings, and that's my own opinion on what I thought about E3. For this year, I loved it. I loved this year, and I'm looking forward to next year and what E3 has to offer. So until that time, I am Master French Squadron, signing out until next time. See everybody. Have an awesome day, awesome night, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Have an awesome day. Yeah, mouse doesn't work again. Alright. See you later.